Joining me on the Sunday debate today is delighted to welcome Pawan Verma, senior leader, distinguished diplomat and former MP of the JDU, Sushant Sareen, Republic TV's contributor on strategic affairs, Mr. G. Parthasarthi, former High Commissioner to Pakistan, distinguished diplomat. From the political side, I have Pawan Verma, I have Sambit Patra of the BJP, Dinesh Vashni of the Communist Party of India, Professor Vashni is at Delhi University, Sreeram Chaulia, who is our contributor on international affairs, and Rajiv Desai. Thank you very much, gentlemen, and good morning and welcome. You're saying that India has purchased a hearing, which is different from what my question was. Sreeram Chaulia wants to contradict you on that. I don't think anyone would believe that India has purchased a hearing with President Trump. Sreeram Chaulia.
On the basis of our national interests and our security needs, not in kowtowing or pleasing anybody, least of all Donald Trump, who has contradicted us on many points. So the drones, as well as the F-16, the proposed joint manufacturing of F-16 jets involving Tata and Lockheed Martin, these are important additions to our defense relationship and to our overall geostrategic position in the Indian Ocean region. Our Navy has to spread and expand its influence and to counter Chinese aggression. There's only one way, which is technology transfer and co-production and joint manufacturing of weaponry. The Americans have come a little late to this because the Israelis and the Russians have done more for us on this front. But I think as a businessman, Trump realizes, so it's a win-win, you know. I will not deny that Trump sees value in us as a buyer, but we are going beyond that. We are now doing lots of co-production and joint manufacturing. We would expect more from the Americans in technology transfer. Already the logistics agreement has been done. I think the only problem with Trump is that, you know, one, as you said,
technology transfer of F-16 aircraft?
Grand strategy or a geopolitical vision for the Asia Pacific. And that's where I think we are going to struggle, and we've got to reinforce the message that India is not to be taken lightly.
Let's go.
Fine, Trump doesn't care for democracy.
Let's go point to point. Let's go point to point.
In China,
no, let's go point to point. Let's go point to point.
Defense, I think, is one strong point of the relationship that's not going to go all right. But one-on-one with American head of state is a must in the 21st century. We have to deal with all the major powers. We cannot be living in isolation.
Nobody is saying no to that.
I think it's important for us to communicate at the highest level.
Don't you understand what I'm saying?
Because we can
I'm not saying that it's not important to meet the President of the United States. I'm saying you got a hearing because you're buying weapons. Simple.
No, absolutely
no, but that's
not.
the language of supplicants. What do you mean you got a hearing?
That's it.
Modi believes in sovereign equality and seeing eye to eye, shoulder to shoulder.
Sreeram,
this is the language of kowtowing. Why don't we have national self-confidence?
No,
we are not going to sell out to the Americans.
No, Sreeram, I agree with you there. I agree with you there, and Sushant wanted to come in.
Lectures on national.
No, Rajiv Desai, I respect your experience.
That we are going as
Rajiv Desai.
They have a lot to gain from us.
I respect your experience.
We are not going hand in hand.
I respect your
begging for anything.
What has happened with America? Will you please let me know?
Sir, we have a trade surplus of $28 billion. Isn't that profitable for us?
Yeah, $28 billion.
$28 billion in our favor.
No,
we are selling more than buying from them.
No.
How can you deny the benefits that India gets?
Look. Please see to it what will be the cost of these arms which we will be buying. And
we have a service sector surplus and a goods sector surplus with Americans.
Mr. Vashni,
across most categories.
Mr. Vashni,
in fact, that is what is driving Trump.
Professor Vashni,
he thinks
that communist.
Professor Vashni.
Sir, the communists in this country think that they are exploiting us. Trump thinks that India is
Professor Vashni, if I may, Professor, Vashni, I want to go. Partha,
point here.
Partha.
What Ambassador Parthasarthi said.
Yes.
We need to actually invest in the second rung of the American system, because Trump is so fickle that yesterday he says, you know, I'm going to be very difficult with Xi Jinping, and next day he's my best friend. So I think we have to deepen even the personal chemistry that Prime Minister boasts of, which is one of his fortes. We have to extend it to Rex Tillerson, to McMaster, to Mattis, and to the next layer, and including the Congress. Because if we build deeper and deeper ties at that level, I think these 4 years will pass off without incident, because right now we are not talking of expanding the pie. It's about preserving the gains that were done by Modi and Obama over the last 3 years, because Trump is a kind of a, trump card in a way. He could upset everything. I think it's important that the two leaders meet, but we must be working the entire system.
No, Dr. Sreeram, I agree with you. And
Sreeram Chaulia, if I could ask you, what do you think will be the big outcome of the Modi-Trump meeting? Will we be able to strike that same rapport that we had with President Obama? Do you think that's possible?
Parikshit, personal rapport is of course important, and he will be looking to develop that with Donald Trump. But my own view is that meeting the CEOs that's happening right now is extremely crucial, because the one-on-one with Trump is important. But remember, the U.S. system, it's a democratic capitalist kind of economy, where we need to woo a lot of private sector actors. And Trump may himself want to pressurize U.S. CEOs to keep their capital at home, and interest rates are rising, and he wants investment in American infrastructure, and people sometimes think that may clash with PM Modi's own vision of inviting more and more foreign investors to come to India for Make in India. But Trump cannot really force entire corporate America to dance to his tunes. So I think the CEO interaction is important. It's a separate message in a way. Of course, nothing is uncoordinated with the White House, but it's a separate message that the PM is going to make. 500% increase in inward FDI from the United States between 2015 and 16. The US-India Business Council has been reporting upbeat, about India's prospects with ease of doing business and so on. So I think PM has got to drive home that message with this particular audience, while of course remaining cautious about the protectionist sentiment and the buy American, hire American, and all those things that are happening in the US. As far as American corporates wanting access to Indian market, yes, you're absolutely right. They've always complained about tariff barriers, regulatory practices, non-tariff barriers, intellectual property rights not being respected enough. And I think we are making an honest effort. Prime Minister, he's going to rattle off a detailed set of statistics showing how we have improved on all these counts. Ease of doing business, Modi government has an ambition of improving by 40 places.
Mr. Chaulia, stay with us.
From 130 to 90 in the next couple of years. I think that's going to be the key.